individual here, Mike Moore. Uh, I just want to do a little short video. Nothing major, just reading from. And this is page 72. Hold on one second. One second. We got somebody in there already. All right. Anyhow, this is page 72, Project Soul Catcher, right? So what I wanted to make clear about this RHIC Edom, okay? Now, what I want to make clear about this is, what up, man? How you doing? Thanks for tuning in. What I wanted to make clear about this Edom, okay? So this Edom is called RHIC EDOM, Edom, right? So if you know the scriptures, if you read the book of Obadiah, there's this group they call the Edomites, all right, which is they basically the descendants of Esau, Edom, right? So Esau was Jacob's basically his twin brother, okay? And Esau was born with no pigmentation. So mainly all of the people on the planet was brown. You know, they was brown people. And then what happened was they had leprosy. All right, so leprosy is something you can read about in the Bible. It's a real deal thing. So his pigment was taken away at birth. And that's basically where you get white people from. Now, this is not me saying that I have an issue with white people at all. I'm talking about the people who making this technology that know they're Edomites. All right. So don't get me wrong, you know, because when it all boil down to it, if you one of God's children, no matter if you black, white, Chinese, you know, whatever color you are. But I'm talking about these Edomites that actually know who they are and they naming their stuff after themselves, after their forefathers. Okay, so we have this electronic desolation of memory, right? Okay, right there. It says Edom. Playing this damn day. Edom. Right there. Stands for electronic desolation of memory. So, first of all, I want to say, why is it that they want to take your memory away? Okay. It's something they don't want you to remember. You know, just like in history, you know, they never, how you doing, Ava? They never wanted us to wake up and know who we really are. So they good for trying not to have you to remember stuff. All right. So they've been doing that all along. All right. And so we got that out the way. So what I wanted to point out about that was this word desolation. Okay. So I'm gonna pull it up. In a Google. All right. So it's desolation. Desolation. It had so many other words, man, they could have used. I mean, so many other words. All right, so desolation means to close down or dismissal of an assembly. What assembly is they trying to close down? You see what I'm saying? Because the children of the Lord assembling together is a thing that they don't want. That's what the assembly is. You see, they don't want you to. They don't want no. They don't want us coming together. That's why they do all this isolation of targets. You know, it's like they try to isolate you and make it to where you don't come together with other targets and stuff like that. They don't want you to come together. Okay, but like I said, uh, so it's the closing down of or dismissal of any of assembly, partnership, or official body. All right. So they don't want that to happen. All right, and it has in parentheses the desolation of their marriage. All right. And I found that strange that it says marriage. Okay. But anyhow, let's go and find what other words that you can use besides that. So it has hey, how you doing? It has intemperance, uh access, you know, depravity. Wait a minute. I might be looking at that wrong. Oh, okay, yeah. Similar words is conclusion, end, ending, finish, termination, break up, split up, suspension, you know, separation, uh, scattering. You see what I'm saying? They could have used any of them words, man, to replace desolation. You know, but what I'm saying is they like to name their stuff. This how you know this is an actual group that the scriptures talk about. So in the book of Obadiah, it talks about the Lord has righteous indignation for them, and it says forever. All right, so we know he got righteous indignation for them forever, right? And we in the book of Revelation, it talk about uh Satan's children that's going to be put into the pit forever. So I'm gonna tell you, this the same people. That's just all it is. You know, they know who they are. They've been passing the torch down. You know, it's just like anything that you learn in a family structure, and if you pass that along, it ends up being that family knows that tradition and they know where it came from. All right, so these people know who they are. All right, uh, and they just trying to act like they ain't doing what it said they was gonna be doing. Like I said, that program called Satan, it's a global bio weapon, and they're basically trying to steal everybody's soul. You know what I mean? They recording all your thoughts. They recording all of your heartbeats and all kind of stuff like that. And then when you die, that stuff is still in a data bank. So the same way they merge the hive mind to us right now, they can merge that dead person's thoughts to a live person. See, this is where the problem comes in when it comes to this B system. You literally with the dead. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, it would be easy for if God was to test, to look at you or to see your spirit and be like, that's this person and that person all up in this one dude. You know what I mean? Just go ahead and blaze them up. You know what I'm saying? You got everybody else all up in, you got, it's like you got one mind with a dead person and a whole bunch of they might as well be dead if they merge with a dead person. But they actually keep the dead thoughts in a data bank, and they can actually they can just merge that that thought process to a live person. So, like I said before, you know how people will say, that dude, he act just like his daddy. You know, his daddy may have died, or uh, he act just like his granddaddy or something like that. He was a bad mamma jamma. 9 times out of 10, if they was born around the time when all this stuff, they started playing all this mind control and all that stuff, that's because it is that person. You see what I'm saying? And they actually make movies like this. Like they got a movie, man. And in these movies, that they actually really be telling what's really going on. Like I said, a lot of gang stalking movies. We all know they got gang stalking movies like the ones Denzel playing. You got Hurricane. In the movie Hurricane, Denzel got put in isolation, right? And what was Denzel in there doing? He was talking to 3 damn different Denzels in the room. And that's what V2K is. Okay, so these celebrities, they be knowing what's going on. They just, they satanic sellouts. I mean, I'm not the only one that feel that way. They sell out to for the fame and fortune. Okay, so then you got the movie Fallen, where it was like this spirit that jumped out of the murderer and went into the sky or whatnot. And then what happened was it found another host and got inside that host. This is the same way like this Satan thing. Once it kills you, because you're the host, whatever way it takes you out, just go back and look at the other video I did about the Satan thing. But it just basically locks onto another host, okay? And it kills them in the shortest amount of time. So it shortens your lifespan expectancy, and it tries to kill you in the shortest amount of time, just like the Satan in the scriptures. But anyhow, I was saying about the movie where like the dead can live another life. It's a movie. It's a little white boy, man, and he ended up being born at the same time that his killer had got electrocuted or something. I forget how it go, but it's a horror movie. And the dude spirit went into that boy. Okay, this is the same concept as them having these doggone people thought processes in this data bank. Okay, so I don't know where they got it at. What up, man? I don't know where they got it at, but I do know that it's actually exists because, like I said, they running the Satan program on me, as we speak right now, and I be trying to tell people, like, people can't hear the stuff, and they not gonna believe you. It just sound like somebody crazy talking, but I'm far from crazy, you know what I mean, but it's all negative, and what that is it's the actual Satan program running, and then you have the handlers that actually they're merged with the system, and they ass just negative anyway. You know what I'm saying? You can't get nothing positive out of them because it's just they're merged with it, so they have to be negative. But anyhow, what I've been hearing from them lately through the V2K, they say, oh, you scaring all them people. No, don't be scared now. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, really, I'm just telling you what the truth is. I'm reading out of something. This straight from the source. This guy actually helped create this technology. Okay, and then when it comes to the scriptures, if you don't believe the scriptures, then that's just on you. But it is what it is. It's the truth. All of it is. And they say, well, you're scaring people. Well, good. Maybe they'll turn to God and give up wickedness, because this all this is wickedness right here. But anyhow, like I said, that whole Edom, that just letting you know it's them. You know, like I said, they name one of them Satan, and then they name the other one Edom, and then they name one of them Christ. So they got their own Christ. Uh, then you got the voice of God weapon. You know, they try to do their own thing, and this is what's gonna cause a problem here. But anyhow, I'm gonna read a little bit about this Edom. Okay, so it says Edom is a CIA program name that utilizes various electromagnetic techniques to fade memory. Okay, remember I just said they want to fade your memory. It involves many of the same techniques as previously discussed, but also includes dream manipulation and hypnotic states. See what I'm talking about? Remember I did the video about the hypnotized minds? You see what I'm saying? That's hive mind. They want these different states of mind to so that mind virus can merge with you. You know what I'm saying? And that's why they do all this sleep deprivation. Deprivation. So you be tired, and it's easier for them to get that stuff, to get you to merge, to get you to basically choose the thoughts that they give you. You see what I'm saying? Because you just give up. You just so tired. It's like, man, whatever. You just go with the first thing that pop in your head instead of thinking about it. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. This program is closely related to RHIC. In parentheses, it means remote hypnotic intracerebral control. All right. So this about remotely hypnotizing somebody from a remote location. See, that's why they, like I said, they need you to be tired. They need you to be scrambling for the next choice. Your choice references to like, what should I do next? What should I do next? Put you in a street theater situation where you have to figure out if what should you do in this situation, stuff like that. This relates to our investigation of the computer science framework of hacking computers, erasing and altering memories. So they want to give you fake memories and everything. You see what I'm saying? They literally playing God, They literally playing God, period. So you don't even know what's reality no more. They giving you fake memories, stuff that ain't even happened. And that's like I told y'all, that attack happened to me. They tried to make me feel like so much stuff happened to me in 2 minutes. I had surveillance cameras outside my apartment. So they make it like, somebody did this, ran up on you, beat you up. First of all, it started with me overheating. This is how you know it's a technology. I would have never even went outside if I wasn't overheating. So they would try to make it like I ran outside to run a fade with somebody. No, I ran outside because that was the coolest place for me to be because it was cold outside in the winter. You know what I'm saying? I was literally in my house, feel like somebody threw a burning building on me, just like flames all on my body. I'm like, whoa, so I could run outside to get some air and some water and then pass out. But during the whole time, I remember saying this dude name, and they made it feel like somebody was messing with me, like a sexual assault and just all kind of stuff, man. And I'm like, ain't no way in the hell all this happened that little bit of time. So I goes and look at the camera. I literally was around the corner maybe 2 minutes. So how do you do all this that fast in 2 minutes? And then the technology is what drew me out the house. So this is how I know that this is a part of that technology. So what they did was they put false memories in my head to make me believe that this is what happened to me. And that ain't even what happened. And then they was telling me the people who supposedly did it, which were just people they wanted me to go and attack. That's what it seemed like. Like they were trying to tell me that it was my relative at first says my brother. And then they said, Well, no, it was a white man, and then they said it was a Mexican man. So they just kept switching over who did it to just see what my mind was gonna go with it, and until I figured it out, and now they don't even really try to go with that one no more because they know I know. But anyhow, it says thought stream filtering and suppression, bold print. More amazingly, thoughts filtering and suppression can be done with this technology. Specific memory recall or even new thoughts can be suppressed. This can be useful, for example, in suppressing a nuclear scientific thought to create atomic weaponry. One can think of this technology as being similar to the automatic Microsoft spell check, which will create misspell words on the fly as one types, or in this case, as one thinks. So you know how like you might think about something, right? And you go to Google, and then Google, it's like Google just took that thought and you thinking about a word. Say you want to know how to spell desolation. Like I just went to spell desolation, right? And I didn't put nothing but DIS. And then it finished it. It's put salation after that, right? So this is how you know you are merged, because it's like your mind merged with the cloud that's in just around the whole wherever you are, whether it's the world or whatever, and it finished it for you. So with that being said, like say if when it comes to Satan, this thing they doing with Satan, yeah, yeah, Revelation 18, yeah, that's definitely exactly souls of men. That's what is you right, Linda. Yeah, that's right. They got the souls of men in that database. You see what I'm saying? And the crazy part about it, target individuals, you are their merchandise. You see what I'm saying? Because they selling us on the dark web. They making insurance policies out of us. You know what I'm saying? All over the world they doing this to us. You see, it ain't just here in the United States. They doing it everywhere, and that's right. Them souls is exactly what they taking the thoughts, and they taking they heartbeats and memory and all that stuff and put it in the database. And it's like that person ain't they dead, but they didn't get buried. You see what I'm saying? So they not burying their dead, which that's a scripture also. Okay, so they not burying them; they just putting their body in the ground. You see, they stealing from God. That's basically what they doing. They stealing from God, because the soul don't belong to no man. God, when God came, and when God made Adam, God breathed life into Adam. You see what I'm saying? And when you die, that soul goes back to God for judgment, or to be prepared for judgment. Maybe he might send you back in another shell, but it's not theirs. This is where the problem coming in at. They stealing. That's all they do. Yeah, that's what it does. It shows the word is true. But people don't believe. People think, oh, it's a fairy tale. Man, these people just made their own Satan. I guarantee you, this same Satan that's doing this infinite loop, that's what he doing. He running around. It's running around the planet, devouring souls. Okay, just like the scriptures say. All right, and the scriptures say that he gonna be doing that for sure at the end in Revelation. That exact book that Linda said right now. Yeah, it's real. You keep thinking it ain't real all you want. Anyhow, uh says oh yeah, to erase a computer's memory or filter data that comes from devices or ports is easy compared with mind hacking equivalents. Included in the CD is codes that filter everything that goes to any program from the keyboard by putting hooks into it. Keystroke loggers use the technique to copy every key type into a secret buffer for later transmission. Some viruses uh, purposefully tries to diminish productivity of the targeted computer by introducing a keystroke error ever so often, but not so often as to be obvious. And this is what they do with our brain. This is why when you get you start getting into a good thought process and you start thinking about it, do me like this all the time. Like I be meditating on my scriptures. And what they'll do is they'll try to snatch that out of my head. They'll try to snatch that out of my head and then throw what they want me to be thinking about. I'm dead serious. So they try to break your concentration and then filter it in with nasty, messy stuff that ain't got nothing to do with what you were just thinking about. You see what I'm saying? And this is how they slipping up because I'm aware of that. You know, I'm noticing it. I'm like, man, I wasn't even just thinking about it. It'd be random. It'd be something random as hell. And it'll just pop up in my head. And I'm like, where that come from? You see what I'm saying? They do that because they want to try to keep your mind from focusing. It's just like it's a mind virus. They want to keep you from focusing on you know, say you trying to you got a task that you're trying to do. Yeah. Yeah, we is. Yeah, we in Revelation 18 for sure. People just, you know, like I said, they don't believe it and they hate to hear about it, man. It's like I know that game stalkers they use electronic harassment and a lot of them they work around me. And what they do is, yeah, they steal it out your head. Yeah, they'll steal it and they'll go make a video about it themselves and put their own little twist to it just for views. You see what I'm saying? They do stuff like that too. I've been noticing. Uh, let's see. Yeah, they actually did that same type of stuff before this microchoker. That's how they did. What was his name? Tesla. Tesla when he came up with the you know, with different type of ways to harvest energy. They stole them ideas from him and made it into a you know, the stuff that we see now with the power lines and all that stuff. They stole his ideas and he wrote about it. These are the same ones been on the planet the whole time. They steal everybody ideas and they take it and make it for themselves. It says brain bioamplification technologies are all rely on the same principle that only allow energy or signals to be added to the mind. The reason for this is due to the DOD effect. I might be saying that wrong. How ionic heating energy is transformed into an accelerated directional biochemical reaction. All right. The depolarization timing of neural groups can be phase shift to a slightly earlier firing event, but on a whole, this technique is not significant enough to be used as a dampening signal generator. So, given this limitation, how can memory recall or thought pathways be suppressed if energy can be taken out of a brain signal through electromagnetic fields, dampening of the neuron at the moment of synaptic neurotransmission release? That's the question. There are 4 approaches to get by this limitation. And he just, I mean, a lot of this stuff I don't really understand right now, but I'm gonna have to just kind of break it down and just figure out the meanings for a lot of these words. But like I said, man, this book got a lot of good stuff in it. I mean, it's gonna tell you exactly what they doing to you as a target. Okay, and that's why I like reading it, because I know that this has a lot to do with what's going on right now. That's why all this stuff happened, like crime is crazy. Uh, what was that guy name? He played on Power. I think it was Power or something like that. Black guy, man. But he just got out of jail for hitting his wife or something like that, and she called the cops on him. He was a star. Yeah, you can just order it on Amazon. You can order this book on Amazon. But it's actually it's got a lot of good stuff in it. Like you can actually take the Bible and put the Bible up against this book, and it'll go like word for word. If you know your scriptures and you know the word, you could just look at it and it'll just go word for word. I ain't never seen nothing like it. Like even when I was trying to do stories, and I was just taking scripts and putting it with storylines and stuff like that. But this right here, it just goes back to back to back to back. It's like it's very important as far as like with the mark of the beast stuff. Like I just read about how they first had started making chips. They was doing the chips. So I'm not saying that people who say the chip is the mark of the beast is wrong, okay? Because they've been doing the chips too. And I'm not saying that this is the mark of the beast, but I believe it got a lot to do with it. You see what I'm saying? And as far as like with the satellites and all that stuff, it needs this whole system thing. And we know that Satan wants the whole world, and these satellites that they putting up, it's around the whole world. And it's not just us that are attacked with the satellites, because the hive mind is a part of the satellites. The handlers are part of the satellites. It's like every human has something to do with mind control at this point. Even with the kids and stuff, if you're a target, you will know, your kids get to acting real crazy. And then you gotta think about how long they've been doing that and why they pushing it so much right now to keep shooting. I mean, I think Elon shoot up I think I read he shoot up like 2,000 satellites at a time or something like that. Yeah, they probably ain't gonna believe it. A lot of it's something about, I don't know. It's something about when you actually the victim of it and you really, really going through it, you can get it across to other victims. But if your family don't see it, they just not gonna see it. There's nothing you can do about it. Um, it's sad, but it's nothing you can do about it. But anyhow, what was I at? Oh yeah, they moving real fast doing all this stuff. They study shooting up. Yeah, it is scary. It should be scary. But shooting them satellites up, they've been shooting up thousands and thousands of satellites, man. It's like they just got the whole around the earth looking like a big trash can, just satellites all around it, right? And you gotta think, like I be asking myself, like when it comes to my family members, I don't really knock them, because you gotta think about what they was up against, and you was in the same boat. Just God woke you up out of it. Uh, man, I was doing some wild stuff before I knew that this was going on, and you gotta look at the tools that they put into place. So I was born in the '80s, so we had crack out, and crack was just, that was a mind thing in itself for people who smoke crack. You know what I'm saying? So then you gotta think about, they had mind control back then, and what if them people that was smoking crack was on mind control? Man, you know what I mean? Like these jokers, man, they've been tearing us up the whole time, and people ain't even been knowing it. A lot of the reason why a lot of it's out now, because they let this they just let it get out of control. You see what I'm saying? They let it get out of control to where uh I really think God putting a twist to it, because that was a lot of power they had over people, and now it's like a lot of us waking up, we see what's going on, and like you can't knock your family members though, cause here you got the drugs, you got mind control, then they hooking their brains up with dead people brains, with their thoughts, with the people thoughts that used to be on the planet, and it's it just it's no way you can. Yeah, sure is. Uh, like even with like when I tell y'all about them visions, man, I showed up, helicopter going over. I showed up to you know one of my relatives' house, and I can't just keep bashing them. I gotta bash all of them. You know what I'm saying? It's not just that one. It's just I caught her, and I know that she a part of it or whatnot. But it's more to it than just her. You gotta think about, if you was a target when you was a kid, you gotta start thinking about who are your neighbors, what community did you live in, and was it a lot of crazy stuff going on in the community at the time? Like I'm literally about to go back into like the 1990s and start looking up news reports and just looking at it and see like, man, was this remote monitoring? You know what I'm saying? Was this remote monitoring when this happened? And was this what it was when this happened? Because I have stories, man, that I don't even want to share on here. Because I don't want to be talking about no one's relative or no one's family members from the projects that I grew up in. And it had to be. Yeah, you're right. That's what I believe too. That's why I believe what saved me was the Holy Spirit. You know what I'm saying? Like when I literally got up, they was like, why he still alive? You know what I mean? Literally. Literally through V2K. And I get them because they thoughts cross with mine a lot, and they be saying, why is he still alive? Like they be trying to kill me with the doggone it probably sounds like I'm just whining about myself, but all the targets go through this. But they be saying it like, why he still alive for? Like they literally trying to take me out. With those ways, like it be feel like they trying to bust my head. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, and a lot of stuff that happened in the projects where I grew up at, man. I was like, man, it had to be mind control. Yeah, it had to be mind control. You know what I'm saying? Like just hearing something like a lot of this stuff that I've heard about, and it was the reason why I heard about it is because the parents was talking about what happened, and the kids was listening, and we was hearing it, and just how wild some of the kids was. They was gang stalker kids. You know what I'm saying? Like their whole family was a part of it, and that's how they did us. Like as far as like in different poverty areas, that's where that stuff was at. A lot of it was there because they was testing it. They was testing it out on us, and that's why you had high crime in those areas, all the dope, and so on and so forth. But that's what was going on then. Because if you rewind it back and you look at uh when the stuff was created, like I said, the dude named Robert G. Murlock, he made a U.S. patent in 1976. All right, so I was born in '83, so that's a whole almost 10 years after it had you know, was made. So it probably hit the streets immediately after that because they was already experimenting with MK Ultra in the 50s. They was experimenting with that stuff in the 50s. And then they brought the voice of God weapon and they merged it together with the mind control device. Yeah. You welcome. Yeah, I'll be trying to help as many people out as I can, because a lot of people they die and they don't even be knowing about this. Say you they can see say you saying they can see you or you can see them. You said they can see you or you can see them. Wale Bino. You said they can see you. I can see them. How you can see them? I ain't never been able to see them. I mean, I guess you could say that being brave, but I really don't care, because at this point, what kind of life is that to live when you gotta listen to people? They be doing all kind of crazy stuff that I be hearing. Oh, holograms, yeah, that's what I'm trying to tell you. They try to run a hologram. They try to run it. That's what I'm talking about when they did that attack. The first they put them on the side of my house, and then I saw him and I said, man, I know ain't no way in the world this man standing over here. It was like in the dark, and that's how they come. They like to make stuff look like it's real deal. And once the attack had happened, that's was like, yeah, we did this. Yeah, they be having it's like a broadcast when the shadow that you see, it's like a broadcast of a person. And they can make that thing come up in your room or wherever you at, and it's designed to uh give you the illusion that maybe it's an alien or maybe it's that person. I've heard other targets say that they seen somebody in their yard and then that person just disappeared. And they really be doing that because they can it's a mind thing they do with your retina in your eye and it make you see it, but they really don't be right there. And then if they put that, it's like an attack feeling on you to where your mind will tell you that you getting hit, but you ain't getting hit. Uh it's just pre-recorded pains from someone who actually did get attacked. That's like I told y'all that they record everybody's thoughts and all their heartbeats and all that stuff. That's the same way they put that pain, the same way they yeah, they always do that. They want to make you feel sad and depressed and make you kill yourself. Okay. And that's what be happening a lot of times when people get it be a suicide and you be like, why they kill themselves for? It be because of that. They always do this. They always do that shit, man. They like little mad scientists, man. They like, what I'm saying? They just like mad ass scientists that just try to figure out all kind of ways to kill people. And that's why they need to be with the devil. That's why they the devil's church. You know what I'm saying? Like, if when you really think about that, the devil is he's gonna be in hell and supposedly tormenting people. And that's what he does. Yeah, it don't be your own emotion. Like I said, they'll throw I can be in a good mood and they'll throw that emotion in there to try to it's like a humiliation thing, especially if you out in public. Say you at work or something, and then they'll try to create a theater type of a scene, and to make it look like you care about what they saying, like they'll start talking, and then you can be in your mind like, man, the hell with y'all. But what they'll do is they'll try to make it seem like it's an effect to you. You know what I mean? They'll try to get some little tears in your eyes, and have you make your chest puff up and all that stuff, man. They real sick with it. They smooth, and even when it comes to like say if it's you it's somebody they're a gang stalker and you can tell they'll try to put fear in you. Right. Yeah, me too. They'll try to put fear in you, and then they'll say, "Well, you scared," in the V2K. They literally do this. They'll try to put it in you, and they'll try to make you scared of the person. And the scriptures tell you, don't be scared of them. Don't be scared of none of them. You know what I'm saying? Because what they doing to us ain't nothing what God can do to any and everybody. And that's exactly what they gonna. That's the wrath they gonna get for doing all this mess. Little do they know, because most of the people that do this, they are unbelievers. Yeah, they put fake fear in you. Yeah, yep, they'll put fake fear in you, and they eat that up. Like it's like they feed off of fear. So if they got fear, say, they got thoughts recorded, and they'll put those different thoughts back into another person. So if one person was fearful of if one person was fearful at another time in the past, they can get that fear from them and put it in you. They can make you say stuff that you ain't even want to say and everything, you know. And they've done that to me. Like I said, during that attack, it's all about humiliation, because the more they humiliate you, the more control they feel like they got over you. But if you tell people and you talk about it, then they gotta go back to the drawing board because that didn't work. You know what I mean? You just take your power back. You take your power back away from them. But anyhow, that's all I want to talk about. Man, y'all just go and read this book, and everybody keep praying, cause it's gonna be over with. If it don't happen in our lifetime, it's definitely gonna happen in this next generation, because they already done did a lot of the stuff that's in the scriptures. They already done it, and we read here Revelations right now. That's how I feel. You know, yeah, ain't no problem. But I'll talk to y'all tomorrow.